So we are at the launch of the iCAUR brand with this specific model, the V27. To speak to us about the brand and to introduce the car to us is Mr. Ibrahim Nasim. You know the in and out of the car better than anybody else in the brand, right? So if I was to ask you, how would you introduce this brand or this car to the public of the UAE?
So the way that I would describe or introduce the brand of the UAE would be that it is an all-round SUV. It is intentionally created and designed specifically for both the urban use, which is in the city, to give the users a premium luxury lifestyle feeling with all the elements inside the cabin, of course. And at the same time, a fully capable off-roader, which is going to be your partner, whether you're a passionate person off-roading in the adventure segment, whether you're going to the beaches, to the wadis, whatever it is. So in all elements, it's a completely all-round put-together vehicle for the Middle Eastern market.
So again, this car bridges the gap between electric cars and ICE cars, right? Because it's a REEV powertrain. Altogether, how much kilometers of range will this car get?
So combined, Philip, we're looking at about 1,000 kilometers of range. Of course, this depends on how each driver uses the vehicle, but combined, you can get up to 1,000 kilometers.
Wow.
And of course, just as you mentioned, unlike the hybrids, because it is a range extended vehicle, that means that you can obviously use the battery, which is going to be charged as a part of the engine. So basically, the engine is a generator to generate electricity, which goes directly into the battery. So you can use it as a fully electric vehicle if you like. You can use it as a fully petrol vehicle if you like. You can just switch the modes, and if you want, you can combine them both to have the hybrid or REEV technology working to your favor.
Absolutely. How would you see a scope for this sort of a car in this country?
So the scope that I see of the iCAUR as a brand, specifically the V27, is endless, because when we look at new energy vehicles in general in the UAE market, we look at electric vehicles, we look at hybrid vehicles, and for the public, the majority of it, they don't find it necessarily exciting. So iCAUR steps in over here and changes the game, in the sense that not only do you have a fully capable vehicle with premium features for the city and the off-roading, and at the same time, you can customize it to your needs, as we mentioned, of course, earlier in the speech, so you can have it tailored to your needs. You can have a different set of wheels, a different set of interior, whatever it is. So with the iCAUR, the reason it is truly exciting is because if I have this car, for example, in a completely unique color compared to the market, I'm not going to be judged driving around it, because everybody knows that it's a playful brand and that is what it's meant for.
Right, understood. If I was to ask you, what were the 5 top features of this car, what would you say?
So the 5 top features, I would say number 1 is the unique sound system that we have in the car. So it has a premium 15-speaker Pioneer system. But what makes it unique is that we have one of the speakers embedded onto the roof of the vehicle, starting from the beginning of the cabin all the way to the back. Second point that I would like to highlight, which is the largest ambient lighting per square meter in any SUV D segment, is inside the iCAUR. Followed by the third point, which is the largest legroom and headroom in the SUV D segment, of course. Number 4, I would like to highlight another point is, of course, the car can output 6 kilowatts of power from the vehicle itself. Think about it as a power bank, as you will in a camping scenario. So you can have your lights, your coffee, an inflatable bed, whatever it is, all powered by the vehicle itself, of course.
Right.
And then number 5 is the APA, or the fully automated parking scenario. So in most conventional vehicles, we have certain types of parkings which are going to be compatible with the car, whether it's a parallel or it's reverse parking. But over here, we have an all-round scenario parking system, which is fully automated. So it's perpendicular, parallel, reverse, whatever it is, the car controls it out.
Understood. Well, I would like to add a couple more points. I had a quick glance at the car, and one point that stood out was a dual panoramic sunroof.
Correct.
That's separated. That's not something that you would see on any other car. And the second point is the price.
Yeah.
Different price very aggressively. What was the thought process behind that?
So the reason, we priced it very competitively, specifically right now, is because we're entering the market and we want to enter with a big bang. That's number 1. Number 2, we want to give the users and everybody out there a chance to experience the iCAUR brand and experience the vehicle. So that is why we have it in the segment of 130 to 165, depending on your needs, of course. Also, we have the warranty, which is extremely competitive. So 200,000 kilometers, 8 years on the battery, 6 years on the vehicle, of course. And right now, as you saw in our presentation, we have a limited time offer. If you book the car right now, you get free accessories, free insurance, free tinting, free registration, and up to 5 years of 0% interest on the vehicle.
Right. I mean, that's an offer that's very hard to refuse. That's right. Fantastic. Again, thank you so much for your time, and wishing you all the very best